Hello, and I'm Tina, and welcome to Lake Shore Academy, the urban intellectual flashcards. For those of you who are looking for African American or Black history sort of curriculum, or you're trying to build something for your children, I am doing some videos that's specifically designated for that in mind because I have several people that have asked me that are not all African Americans. They're Caucasian, they're Spanish, and they asked me, Tina, do you have anything that you have been using for African American history, Black American history, whatever you want to call it? Because we all mailing. So they've been asking me about that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go on the hunt for quality curriculum or different things that you can build a curriculum around because it's not too many things that are out there. In my opinion, it's some things, but it's not that many that are made by African Americans or with the African American mind frame, if that make any sense to you guys. I hope that made sense. But anyway, I have ran across some pretty good ones. I just got finished talking about the Black Business School, their amazing flashcards and their amazing program, which we have tried and we are still using. So we are still currently in it and we are absolutely loving it. It's teaching me things that I did not know, making me look super duper smart to my children because I'm like, whoa, I wish somebody would have taught me this when I was their age. But at any rate, at least I'm learning it now. So, with that being said, I'm going to talk about the Urban Intellectual Flashcards, which is about Black history. Now, like I said, I did buy these. No, with these reviews that I'm giving you, I bought this. The only thing that I did not buy was the entrepreneurship flashcards, but I was going to buy them. But I met him in person, and he actually, after I told him my story, he gave them to me for free. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Dr. Boyce Watkins. But I was gonna buy them myself anyway. So these I actually I bought these myself as well because I want you guys to know that I bought them. They are absolutely amazing as well. Like they have like 2 volumes of flashcards. Y'all know how I feel about flashcards. You know I absolutely love flashcards. I just love them for the simplicity and that it don't overwhelms a child. That's the reason why I love them, and it gives them just enough information so that they won't get overwhelmed. What it came out with volume 1 and volume 2. I have both volumes. It just came out with I think it's called Entrepreneurship Coloring Book. I do not have that at present. It just came out maybe like a month ago. My children are really not into too much coloring per se. I know the information that they have is great, but they're not really into like coloring like that, like all the time. So I don't think that's gonna fit for us at the moment because we're trying to get through these flashcards. So volume 1, I think they have about 52 cards in each stack. They talk about African American history in such a way that is not done in public school. These flashcards, the reason why I love them so much is because it hits on African American people that we do know of, or we may have had some idea of who they were. That's common. That's common in Black history, like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and all of that. Like we hear about that a lot in public school or just in general. What and they did great things, so I'm not trying to downplay it. They did amazing things. However, I feel that it's also important to know about the ones who are less on the limelight, so to speak, because we have a well-rounded history, a culture. And that's what I particularly like about these flashcards. They touch on people that I have never even heard of. I'm personally like searching, finding different things about African American history that I never even heard of. That was never taught to me in public school. So I'm trying to do a positive reinforcement of African American history in my homeschool. That's not starting with us in shackles, being enslaved, because Despite what most people may think, African American history did not start with us with slavery. We had a culture before that, but it seems as if that is all that's represented mostly in public school is slavery. And I wonder why people are so upset all the time, because we're constantly reminded of slavery. They don't have positive images, but by the handful that they show us, and we need more. These flashcards provide more. For example, it talks about John Clark. Do you know who John Clark is? Well, I didn't know who John Clark was. Well, it's going to tell you who John Clark was. And what I like about it is that you can build upon this so much. So you look at this, have this flashcard. I give my children a flashcard. And we talk about what's on the flashcard, and then we look it up. We look for videos, we look for different things about that particular individual, and we talk about it. And then for the first time, my kids are really starting to enjoy Black history in a way of positivity, because before, I'm not gonna lie to you, Black history was a very tough subject. From the books that I use with public school, to talk about, because it brings up a lot of hurt feelings. It brings up a lot of negativity when you think about what happened. So when you try to present that to your kids, yes, it is a part of our history, but it's not all our history. So, and it's a sad part of history for everyone, regardless if you Black or white or whatever race you is. It's just a sad part of human history. But my kids was getting, Black people are responsible for a lot of different inventions, a lot of different cultural revenue, like and the Czech Academy just said. But that is not highlighted a lot in public school, and it's sad, but it's not. So I am on the hunt for a lot of positive reinforcement for my children for African American studies, and just in general regular conversation, because we are more than just shackles. We are more than just slavery. That was a part of our history, but that's not all our history. We had kings and queens. We had different things that happened still now today, but it's not even talked about. So that's what I'm on the hunt for. The reason why and I kind of got off what I was talking about, so I'm sorry, but I'm very passionate about this. So it talks about different things that we normally don't talk about dealing with African American history. It talks about the Olympics, and it talks about different baseball players, musicians, professors, artists. It talks about, look at here, John Horse. Do you know who that is? I didn't know who that was. It talks about the first Black cowboys. Who would have thought? Black cowboys. So it talks about that. It talks about Dick George. Do you know who that is? Well, he's still alive today. And of course, we know who Obama is. But it talks about, and this is just like, is amazing. Now, I'm just going to give you a little bit of history. We talk about this woman, Claudette, if I'm saying her name right, Colvin, if I'm saying it correctly. If I'm not, I'm sorry. We all talk about Rosa Parks and how she refused to get up and on the bus, and then how it changed how we ride buses today for African American people. But did you know that Rosa Parks was not the first African American person to refuse to get up from her seat on the bus? It was this young lady that had refused to get up on her seat first, and it was 9 months prior to Rosa Parks doing it. So, but the reason why she was not highlighted for that is because at the time she was 15 years old, and she was unwed, and she was pregnant. So she was not the face to use. She was not the face that everyone felt that should be used for the movement, being that she was 15, unwed, and pregnant. But she actually, this lady right here, she's still alive today. she actually was the first person of African American person to refuse to get up from her seat on a bus. And she did it 9 months before Rosa Parks did it. But 9 months later, she did it first. Then 9 months later, Rosa Parks did it. And Rosa Parks, she is the person who we thought was the first person for most of us, because we learned about Rosa Parks in public school, but we never hear about her. So when you start digging into your history, you'll find out some amazing things. And my son, he was like, wow, that's amazing. So we dug a little deep into her history as well. Look at this. Yeah, you're right. And the Czech Academy. Look at all of this. Nia Simone. Look at here. All of this. This man here was he was part of the Moroccan Empire. He was an ancestor. So this here is royalty, baby. This is royalty. So we don't hear about it, and pictures to prove it, history to prove it. I have never heard of him in my life. So that's what I'm saying. These flashcards are simply amazing. So if you're looking for a different way to do Black history, Nat Turner, Percy Julian, yes, and the Czech Academy, this opens up a whole lot of different things. Look at all this. Of course we have the ones that we know about that's common, but it has so many other ones in here that did you know that and I hope I'm saying his name right, Zumba, he in 1690, well, he was born in 1655 and he died November the 20th, 1695. And he was basically, he led a resistance when they was trying to enslave his people in Brazil. So it's I mean, really, it's just mind-boggling with how much history is in these cards of different amazing positive reinforcement pictures of African American history that we never ever hear about. That is so amazing. So we just take a couple of cards at a time, and most of the time we just get into a long discussion about the card, doing research, end up watching documentaries. They write a little bit about it. These cards have really opened up a lot for us as a family. And these are not just good for African Americans or Black people. These flashcards will be good to enlighten you, whatever nationality that you are. These cards are very, very, it will help give everyone a different perspective of Black culture in general. And put some positivity on the matter for a change. The second volume actually just focuses on positive Black women that change history. So volume 1 is like a mixture, male and female. Volume 2 is only women. And like I said, it's 52 cards in each bundle. And it talks about women. We have not even went through this one yet because we got this a couple of months ago. And like I said, it does have recognizable faces of some women that we already know, like her, Ida B. Wells, the ballerina. But also it has ones we have never ever heard of. And this right here was a Rwanda warrior queen. What? So I mean, like, all of these positive images that we are seeing, and I hope they come out with more. And it's not too much information. Let me show you the back. See, it just have like little bullet points about the different information. So what I like to do, these are perfect flashcards in order to build on your information. Like I said, they do have some that we do know from school or just in general from seeing TV stuff, but they do have a whole lot of stuff within this curriculum or flashcards that we do not know about. A woman president, who thought? A queen. And we do have Rosa Parks, Serena Williams, Sojourner Truth. Oh, I used to love to watch her when I was small. This lady could do flips when she did ice skating. Oh my goodness, I just love watching her because she was doing stuff that only men was doing. And she was doing it like well. So it's just so many different ones that you just never even hear about, never even heard about. And so it really opens up a very, very good conversation. So I just want to show y'all those. And in case you wanted to get them, they're from the urbanintellectuals.com. Like I said, they have volume 1, volume 2 flashcards, and now they just have Story of the World. Yeah, we use Story of the World for our history too, and the Czech Academy. And they do get deep into ancient Egypt and start talking about African American culture within Egypt, and it is very, very good. So if you want to add to it, because I always add and supplement whatever curriculum I have. I just can't stick with just what they do. I have to add on too. These are amazing. So I just want to show you guys these, and then I'm gonna come back and do another video if my internet connection still does okay. So anyway, you guys, I am gonna cut this video off and come back to you with another video. Have a great day.